The new Ninjago show is amazing. From kids almost dying to dragons crying, it truly shows you how bad Crystallized was. And since I've already spent quite a bit on this set wave already, I have to make an animation. And so I've been working on 360 animations for quite a while now, but I want to make something that was actually from the show. About 2 months ago, I went ahead to create the first trailer that we got for the series, but now all of part 1 is out, so I need to recreate something bigger. In the entirety of part 1, there were a ton of great scenes in the show. However, of all of these, the intro would be the most iconic because it was used throughout each and every episode. So this was an obvious choice for me. Now, since ninjas love challenges, I'm going to be completing this whole animation in 6 hours straight. So these are the minifigure assets I'm going to be using for the intro. We have Lloyd, Arin, and Sora respectively. And thank you so much to Momo for making these decals for the minifigures. They really help a lot. So now in the intro, you might have noticed there's just a ton of things flying around, like containers and rocks and stuff. So here we have a brick with the Legoland Ninjago reference along with a container. We also do have a tire, Lloyd's mask, which I'll later collapse in Blender, and a satellite dish. So this took me around 30 minutes to figure out how to put in these assets into Blender and put in their proper parts, along with rigs to move the minifigures. I also had Jiro for our dragon for later because I didn't have the time to actually make a real dragon asset like Matriarch, so we will be definitely sticking with this. It's been quite a while already, but I've finally been able to get a hood animation. It's really simple, but I think it should work out. It looks really choppy too, so I'm kind of scared how the final outcome is going to look, but this is running at 25 FPS Ninjago show rate. By this time I was able to get all the basic previews I needed done, that being the dragon flying down and shooting the camera, as well as Lloyd literally hitting nothing. So I just got those assets and moved them slowly in random directions. And so this is pretty much the final cut before I actually go ahead and render this. That probably looked really bad, but that's mainly because you're not looking from the intended viewpoint, and the render should look much better. The second part was the hardest part because there were more assets and therefore more problems. For the assets, I started by making this grapple gun. It's just a golden gun with a little orange stick at the top, along with a black rope for Arin to swing with. And here's how it looks in the show, and I think they look similar. In this scene, I actually had two reuse, one to be on Arin's back and the other one to jump off Arin's back. And the reason I had that is it was just easier. I would hide one from the camera when the other one was in play. For the Spinjitzu, I used this one I found on Macabricks because it captured the essence I was going for. So here's part 2 of the animation as a whole. This was actually much harder to work on than the part 1. That being, there were a lot of things I had to do. And so yeah, here's the complete animation. I'll be rendering this afterward. My only problem with this part and the last part too was mainly the eyes. I didn't know what to do, so I actually put these little circles over her eyes and made them glow. So this is how the rendered preview looks, which I think is so much cooler. So this is all of part 3 of my animation. So now guys, I'm going to be showing you the complete render and then a side by side. Let's get to it. Lost in the unknown, so much to see together we will ride. We fight, be a ninja for what's right. Lost in the unknown, so much to see together we will ride. We fight, be a ninja for what's right. Well, that's literally it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead, leave a comment below on what you think I should animate next. And yeah, bye.